Hello, everybody. We are about ready to start our broadcast here for We Share crowdfunding. Uh, I'm just doing this as a short, quick note to let you know that we are still here. We're doing things. Most of our videos and processing are all at WeShareCrowdfunding.info. So there's no need for us to really do a lot of presentation. We're about ready to conduct a long info commercial and some others. So you should go to the WeShareCrowdfunding.info website and check out the materials that we have there. And we'd like to let you know that we're working on debit cards should be mailing out. We're just waiting for the embossing of the cards. We've already got people that have ordered and sent the lists in. We're just waiting for the credit card company to emboss the We Share name on the cards and then start shipping them out to individuals. You should be receiving them shortly. I would say give a week because it's just a processing thing with the credit card company to make the cards. And I'm going to be placing up a video here quickly that will show you how to navigate your back office and use some of the tools back there, such as the placement tools, the step-up tools, and some of our team viewer tools that we now have. There are 3 different versions of the team viewer. So I'm not sure if this is going to work. I'm going to give this a try. I'm going to try to share my screen right now. And that will be my screen 1 sharing. I'm going to share this and I'm going to hide this so that you should be seeing, hopefully, you're seeing my screen right now for We Share Crowdfunding. Welcome to We Share Crowdfunding, everybody. We are moving forward quickly. We doubled in December, we tripled in January, and we're on track for the same kind of growth for February. So we want to thank everybody for what they're doing. This is a quick demonstration here to give you some ideas of what you can do with your back office. First, make sure that you've got your menu news items, or it will come up here by default. If you're not on our newsletter list, click here to sign up. Make sure you've turned off your pop-up blockers. It will show up in the upper right-hand corner of your page. You may have to set your security setting to allow JavaScript, but you should get on the newsletter so you know what's happening. This will have a list of videos and things that we're doing here that will keep you kind of up to date. But the most of the information is on WeShareCrowdfunding.info. That's WeShareCrowdfunding.info. Make sure you use this website. Make sure that you have watched these first 2 videos. Make sure that you go to the start here and go down to the bottom and learn how to set up your gift cards. So that's where all of your information is at, WeShareCrowdfunding.info. This is to show you a little quick video on how individuals step up through the program, and if this doesn't work correctly, I will be posting a different one shortly. You click on your menu and look at your personally referred. Once you go to your personally referred, you're going to notice that you have your position 1 and position 2. These are default. They are the first 2 people that join your team. They're always the default positions. You cannot change them. They're the first 2 that stepped up. And this is where your upline will place people if they follow down the team through you. That's different from your spotlight. It's the ones that default the system to get it going, and it should show your the team where they're going to place people. But the first thing you need to know is you can only move people that are in pink or that are in yellow. Yellow means they haven't stepped up and they're sitting in your lobby. Pink means you have placed them in somebody else's lobby, but they have not stepped up. What you need to do is click on the green target, and the green target will bring up your organization structure. You can then notice that you can either lock this person. I can lock her right on the front line, or I can move down line. I can cancel it and they won't go anyplace. They go back to my lobby, stay in my lobby. But let's go here and try to place her down line. I'm going to pick minor 51, and it now says, you want to place it under minor 51. I can now place or lock. Notice it gives you the cookies of where the individual is going. If you place this individual, they are going to be placed for movement onto the team when they step up. Understand that it doesn't matter what your accelerator's on or what the person you place them on the accelerator is set to. This placement tool is ignored completely when you place somebody. It means you're telling the computer that you want them to go on the team from this point down when they step up. If your intention is to make them stay on that person's front line no matter what, then lock them into place. Lock them in that position. Now, I'm going to go click on place, and you'll notice when I place this one, it's going under minor 51, and I OK it and approve it. Now back in my menu on my personally referred, you'll notice that this person is now pink, but they still have a target. I can move them. If I quickly go over to my generation viewer, I'm going to go to my tree viewer, and I'll explain this a little later. I can expand out the organization and go down underneath the placement where I knew that I placed this person under minor 51. And you'll notice the individual is sitting here on minor 51 in the waiting room. They have not stepped up yet. They're not accelerator qualified, and they're in the waiting room. If this person now steps up, they will follow the organization structure. This is a good place to show people why we should have the accelerator turned on. You'll notice that all the free people sitting in this front line, that there's a whole bunch of people that are in and have joined and they're free or whatever, and they have not stepped up. These individuals is typical. 80% of the people on the front line typically do nothing or step up a couple of steps and they don't proceed on. Those that are on the teams, okay, the 20% on the teams build. You'll notice that there's very small frontline people and they've got a team. Notice a very small frontline people, got frontline that are doing nothing, but they've got a team. As you expand the teams out, okay, with your program, you'll notice that this team is expanding, and this team expands, and this team expands, this team expands, this team expands, this team expands. And notice there are very few blue in here on a team. And this is typical across virtually every organization we see, that the ones that have a bunch of blue because they're just on their front line or sitting there waiting, if you lock them to your front line or they're just in your lobby, they typically do not produce. They sit with no growth. That means you should definitely step your individuals up. So now let me go back to my menu into my personally referred, and I'm going to take Melody again, and I'm going to pick her up because she's mine, and I'm going to pull her back. See here, pull back to my lobby, and I'm going to place her. This is my option. She's pink at the moment. I can place her, and she will go to my lobby again. When I do place her, notice something different. She's not pink, she's actually yellow. The computer knows that she's moved back to the front line and has not stepped up, but it is my personal on my front line and not somebody else placing it. But at any rate, she would go downline. So now let's take a look at the generation viewer and see what would happen if she steps up. Generation viewer shows where the two options are. She would go down D-Lum on my Spotlight 1 or down Spotlight 2 under minor 51. In this case, okay, I don't know. She's going to follow one of those teams. Now the Spotlight tool determines whether you can change these. These are the positions that you want to send and focus on. We do not recommend that you focus on two positions under one line. If you're going to go down one line, notice you can turn on or off Spotlight 2. I'm going to turn it off. And watch what happens. This now cannot be changed, okay? You can only change your Spotlight 1. So now it says that Melody, if she stepped up, is only going to go on to the team of D-Lump. Now I want to turn this back on because that's not the way I want my system, which now says it will equally look to build down my organization and keep it equal between these two organizations. Notice that the accelerator on-off button is here. If you turn this off, okay, this is saying I don't have my placement tools at off. It totally ignored everybody that steps up. So if Melody steps up, she goes to my front line, period. But remember, just because I turn this on or off, or just because the person that is placing some turns it on or off, it does not matter. Okay, if you placed a person and they're pink, they are going to go downline because the computer figures if you wanted them to be locked, you would have put the blue button and locked them. Otherwise, they will follow the team. And that's not bad because, as we stated, that's where the problems come in, is that people are trying to place people on their front line. They put a whole bunch of front line and nobody does anything. I'm going to turn my accelerator back on. And this should be a clue to everybody out there. If I developed a software in the program and the mathematics for it, and I've got my accelerator turns on, you probably ought to be having your turned on also. Okay, the 2x2, the 2x that we talk about is just a structure to teach you to build teams. You can build any team within any organization. People that teach 4x4 or turn off your accelerator or put people in, none of those people are succeeding on any scale at all. The only ones succeeding are the ones that are leaving the accelerator on and letting the teams work so everybody's working together. Now I'm going to quickly switch over and show the other part of your tools, and that is your step up. So when you go do step up, you click on your menu and step up, and you notice that you can click on your different projects here and view your projects. Now I went to the wrong one here. I should be on, I'm on the wrong one. Okay. I'm in the wrong one here. So I'm not going to be able to show that step up here at this time. But basically, when you do your step ups, you should be stepping up your individual on the first floor, the $10 and the accelerator. If you do your $10 separately from your accelerator, you have a high probability, if you haven't stepped up before somebody else, of being on a team by yourself. Only your team is building, and no upline and probably no spotlight will be reaching you because you didn't do it correctly. So when you do your step up, do it with the 10 and the 40 at the same time. I'm going to have a couple of videos placed up here for you. This is a very short presentation. We're not taking questions or anything here today. I'm basically putting out the information, let you know that we're still here and alive. Go to the WeShareCrowdfunding.info website. I think you're going to find some pretty interesting things up there. One of the things, let me go back into the WeShare Crowdfunding info. I want to show you something in here. A lot of people saying that they want to know how do you do something. Well, in the tools section, there's a marketing 1, 2, 3. You may want to go to that marketing 1, 2, 3 and read this little process of how to build, because the ones that are building the best are the ones that are doing the bottom method here. So check that out in WeShareCrowdfunding.info under the tools, marketing 1, 2, 3. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off the system. We're not going to take any questions or anything here. This is just to let you know that we are still here. We're still alive. We're still producing. And thank you for helping build WeShare. There's going to be a lot more information with our webinar that we're putting together as kind of an infomercial. It's probably going to be somewhere between 1 and 2 hours long, but it will have breakdowns so that you'll be able to see other, target your piece of the video or something and watch that. And stand by for our new features that's coming, which is going to be a frequently asked questions. Excuse me, not the frequently asked questions, but video test, the testimonial page. So people put in your testimonials, and we will put up a website page that has your testimonial and your project. They won't be able to link to you or anything, but it's more like a testimonial page than actually a directory. With that, have a great day, everybody, and we will talk to you soon.